Hi Science 10. Last part of Chapter 4 today, 4.3, looking at some modern technologies and how steam is used to drive turbines and how pistons are used in the engine. So we're looking at how electricity is formed by the steam from a boiler that is going to turn some blades found inside a turbine here and generates electricity in a combustion engine. The four stages are that air and fuel are sucked in to the intake. That's number one. Number two, a piston goes up here and compresses or squishes. And number three, there's a big bang as the spark plug ignites the fuel that was in there. And step four, how the exhaust is then shot out of that engine. So we'll look at those again in these four stages. So the intake is where a valve opens and the air, 14 times more oxygen than fuel, but that air and fuel gets taken into the engine. Number two, how the intake valve closes, but the piston now moves up and there's that compression or squishing that happens with that fuel is then now under higher pressure. And number three, spark plug ignites that oxygen fuel mixture, and when there's a big bang here, that pushes the piston down and that will power the engine. And number four, we have the piston moving up and exhaust being forced out. So the summary we can take a look at. You can check out the video here about the engine with an animation. But again, there is fuel and oxygen sucked in to the intake. They get compressed then by the piston. A spark plug ignites the fuel here, and then exhaust is pushed out that's with the burned gases. In the meantime, this crankshaft is getting turned, and that's what keeps our engine moving and our axles turning the tires. Okay, the gas then is doing some work as it's combustion happens, and it creates pressure and can do the work of turning the crankshaft and moving the vehicle. Electrical energy, last part here, talks about the major source of energy for Quebec and BC, which is hydroelectricity, moving water that creates electricity. Ontario, half of their electricity is from a nuclear reactor. And in Alberta and Saskatchewan, we are still using coal-burning plants for the majority of our electricity. You guys can check out a few alternate energy type videos here. And that's a wrap, my friends. Short and sweet. That's a wrap. We'll be having some posted review questions for Chapter 4 to get ready for the Chapter 4